Danville High School is the venue in far western Hendricks County. It's semi-state action as we move ever closer to championship weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis, the 2017 IHSAA Football State Championship Tournament. Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Janes. Happy to be joined by longtime Indiana High School football coach Lance Scheib. And, Coach, there are several keys that one must tackle and be very, very proficient at in terms of game execution. You know, you want to be good in the passing and running game offensively. Defense must be sound. Kicking game must be sound. The biggest factor tonight will be the fourth one, the weather.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a coach, you never really like to have to worry about the weather, especially if you haven't practiced in it all week. We've had a little bit of that this week here, but nothing like we have here today. It will definitely be a factor, especially when you're moving from our left to right. You actually have the wind with you, which again is really when your kicking game will be at its best, when you're able to throw the ball a lot easier. When you're going right to left, though, Mark, as you talked a little bit about here, it's going to be a huge factor, as we saw and heard about last night with Carmel having a 1-yard punt. The weather had a lot to do with that, with the wind. Unfortunately, both teams have to play with it. How they manage it, though, Mark, is what's going to be really key here tonight. Both
teams include the Danville Warriors and, of course, Evansville Memorial. And let's talk, first of all, about the Tigers. John Hurley, record of 12-1 this season. In his 10th season, 71-53. Really solid program at Evansville Memorial.
Well, I'll tell you what, John Hurley has done an incredible job. They're trying to lead Memorial to their third state title game, all under his tutelage, which has been fantastic. He is, what I really like about what Coach Hurley does is they played an incredible conference against schools that are much bigger, and for them to have a chance to win game 13 tonight is just something that is just a credit to what he does, a credit to the program that he runs. He's got a great ball club that plays well on both sides of the ball. Looking forward to seeing how everything goes then tonight.
Really good young coaches on the horizon here in the state of Indiana. One of them patrols the sidelines here at Danville. His alma mater, talking about Casey Woods.
I tell you what, so excited for Casey, mainly because this is where he made his name. Again, to be able to come home is not real easy to do. He has transitioned incredibly well. Casey, again, vying for a state championship or to get back there. Emotional, exciting young coach. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. Just looking forward to seeing how his kids play tonight. But I know in both cases, both teams will be well prepared because we have two really good coaches, two really good programs.
You and I had Ben Davis and Avon last night. The D1 athletes, plenty. Maybe not the sheer number of Division I caliber athletes, but still plenty of good athletes on both sides of the football. Who do we look forward to be front and center tonight for each ball club?
Well, for Danville, starts with Alec Burton, tight end. Defensive end is going to Ohio University. I also like to keep my eye on Ben Stevens, a receiver, comes in with over 50 catches on the season. Excited about how he is going. And then when you look at Memorial, they're definitely led by their 6'7", 315-pound guard Drew Hart, who's got offers from Eastern Kentucky. But the guy that I really want to keep my eye on is quarterback Mike Lindenauer. I tell you what, Michael has done a great job all year, throwing for 2,600 yards and 30 touchdowns. A lot of firepower on both sides. Really very evenly matched. Very similar teams. Both would like to throw the ball to set up the run. But in these conditions, as we talked about coming up, you better be able to run the ball tonight because the conditions are going to dictate that a little bit.
Danville Warriors getting ready to take the field. If we may, can we pass out game balls in the pregame to all these Hardy fans that have shown up to this game in miserable conditions here tonight?
I tell you what, these are conditions that unless your team is playing, you're not out in. Credit to Evansville Memorial across the way from us. Their stands are full. Their student bodies here. This is a big deal. This is semi-state weekend here. The last game of the semi-state, the last one to be able to punch their ticket. And Danville is here in enormous numbers as they should be. Great for both communities. Great for both teams to be able to experience this. It should be one whale of a game.
Finals from last night, Columbus East shocked Cathedral and a lot of folks, 42-13. Woodland over Eastbrook, 15-14. Brebeuf, a shutout win over Mishawaka Marion, 17-0. East Central ends the season for Greenwood, 27-14. Ben Davis 57-20 over Avon. Penn 34-7 over Carmel. Pioneer 42-14 over Monroe Central. Eastern Green upends Lutheran 12-8. Michigan City loses to Kokomo 21-14. Lowell over Fort Wayne Bishop Pointer 21-7. The other game is underway at Indianapolis Tech. It's Southridge at Cecina. We hope to have updates for you on that throughout the course of this ball game. We'll have first quarter action when we come back. You're watching semi-state action on the ISC Sports Network. I'm Mark James along with Lance Scheid.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 1 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott. There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2
Sowers
hands?
is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for
Coach all alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
And don't forget the good folks at Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. Popular telephone calling features, super high, fast speed internet, including internet speeds up to 1 gigabyte. Quality TV programming for your entire family and security protection for home and business. Be sure to thank the folks at Endeavor Communications for their support of high school athletics. As you can see, Memorial, white clad, getting ready to kick it away. Wearing the dark maroon colored jerseys, the Danville Warriors. And flag down already. Rather inauspicious beginning to this one.
Looks like we had a little overzealousness there. And again, I'm anxious here, Mark, as we start here, how Danville then is able to, get through this first quarter, because they're going to be going against the win. Something you talked about earlier. To me, they've got to figure out how to manage to get out this quarter not being down, 14 or 21-0.
Matt Clark handles the kicking duties at 5'10", a junior. Ben Stevens among those deep to receive for Danville, standing next to him. Austin Cowart. Get a look over their shoulder. Cloudy, gray. Strength of those flagpoles being tested along with the material of those flags on this day. A knuckleball will skip through the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 20, where the high-powered Danville Warrior offense will go to work. Taking a look at them across the front, anchored by Tristan Whitcomb at 5'8", 220. They go 250 and 260 at the guard positions, 210, 215 at the tackles, but look for Burton, Lucan, and Broderick, and how about Alex Skinner? An outstanding running back. He's rushed for almost 1,000 yards, but Toby Highland has really done a job quarterbacking this offense.
Tell you what, first-year starter, which you and I both know that is incredibly hard to do. Now you're leading your team to a semi-state. I tell you what, there's no way that Casey Woods could have ever been more happier than what he could be with Toby right now, just doing what he's done and managing the games the way he has.
Skinner, as we said, 1,000-yard rusher. Chandler Schubert, the sophomore, could see some time as well. He's rushed for almost 1,000 yards. So, on the keeper, little play action. Pulled it out from Skinner off the read, and good pressure by the Evansville defense to make the stop.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. It looked like Toby just dropped the ball. I don't think Skinner was actually grabbing it a lot, but it was one of those things that they were just a little off on their timing.
Loss of 5. I mean, adrenaline, what's it on the rev limiter right now for both these football
it's
teams?
Off the charts. And I tell you what, it's something that these kids will remember the rest of their lives, Mark.
So Highland takes the snap. Little play action. He'll throw it out in the flat. Not going to be much at all squeezed out of that one. Ben Stevens, the recipient, little or no gain on the play.
Tell you what, here's a situation that, again, if you're Casey Woods, you got to be very, very careful here. You're going to be punting into a 20 to 40 mile an hour winds here. This third down is really incredible. Not that you want to force something here, but trying to punt early on in this quarter doesn't bode well for Danville.
Skinner, the single setback on 3rd and 14. That's Stevens coming in motion from top to bottom of your screen. Here comes the pressure. Highland tries to escape it, rolls out the flat, throws it back across the middle of the field, and it's complete. Pass complete to Alec Burton, and we talked about his numbers, 46 catches, 679 yards, and 15 TDs. He's a guy that I think they're going to rely on heavily today. A great job by Highland to keep the play alive and get the first down.
Great job. Watch him here again. Doesn't struggle here, doesn't panic, finds Burton. Mark, that is an incredible first down just because, again, it makes the quarter go, and also it gives you a chance not to have to punt out of your end zone.
Across the 35 to the 37-yard line, so after a bit of a rough beginning, Danville calms down just a little bit. Running room, Alex Skinner, right side and then some, across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Gets into the secondary before Branson Combs is able to tackle him. Combs with 37 tackles on the season, part of a very talented linebacking core, including Max Goodwin and Devin Merrimee.
I tell you what, Mark, just amazing how that one play by Highland just kind of calm the offense down. They come back, they run the ball. Skinner right in the middle for a great chunk of yards.
See the 4-man front. That's Licklider, Olsen, McGuire, and Combs defensively. They'll try Skinner again. He plants the left foot, finds a little seam up the left side, and picks up about 7 or 8. Merrimee in on the tackle from his linebacker position.
Again, I like the way they get all the linemen at downfield. Anytime you can get your linemen that far downfield, that means you're sealing the end, and thus you're going to have some great chance for some great yards.
Whitcomb, the center, and Caden Thompson, the tackle, doing a great job of getting upfield there. So 1st and 10, and as we said, after a couple of bobbles, their first couple of snaps, Danville finding a bit of a rhythm here early offensively from the 40-yard line. They'll try Skinner again, this time nothing doing. Among the roadblocks, Ryan Olsen at 6 foot 275, a senior, 8 tackles for loss for him on the season. Merrimee again there defensively. Merrimee, how are these numbers, Coach? 110 total tackles, 65 solo, and 6 tackles for loss.
That tells me he plays great with his hands, means that he can get off of blocks and he gets to the ball very quickly. What I'm anxious to see is how does Danville's offensive line handle 45 Keani McGuire here. Comes in with 19 tackles for loss and 11 sacks on the season against who they play. That's really good.
Lucan and Burton at the top of the screen for Danville, but they're going to try Alex Skinner. They're finding things that they like up the left side, and he is leveled by Finn McCool, the 5'10" sophomore free safety. He brought it into the run, but not before Danville gets first down.
What I love here again of what Schubert does here, he gets that second level so quick. It's not good if we're talking about McCool making the tackle. As you and I both know, Mark, you're talking about a free safety. That means you're 8 to 12 yards downfield making that tackle.
Tristan Whitcomb, the center, running right there with him.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
how do you know that? He was the one picking the running back up off the turf.
Awesome. Love it.
Skinner standing to the right side, but they'll cross him back to the left again. A bit of an adjustment this time allows Evan Janiga to step up from his free safety position. He's 6'1" and 190, 63 tackles on the season for him.
Much better job by Memorial of winning on first down. Again, you're right now Danville's been having, first down plays of 8 to 12 yards here. That time less than 2. Big time stop by that front and linebacker core of Memorial.
Stingy defense. They give up just 18 points a game, so they're very, very active. 2nd down and 9. You see the clock rolling nicely at the 7-minute mark. Highland, ball is loose, and he's popped right away. He might feel that one. And I mean, that was nothing cheap about it. It's just that Brock Combs got there, and it was a helmet-to-helmet hit. Right on the top of the helmet.
Yeah, that's going to – I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Toby is a little dazed. Just watching him walk around here, he may be able to clear his head a little bit. And, again, nothing malicious on it. He was going down for the ball. The defender was doing the same thing. But I would not be surprised to see a timeout maybe called. But it was Toby is definitely – he's a little upset here, I think, with the call here, Casey is, and got a little sideline warning there, Mark.
Yeah, it's just a victim of circumstance, quite frankly. I mean, he went to get the football, and he got the football in his seated position, and you can't tell Combs to let up. So 3rd down at about 14, maybe 15.
Again, Casey needs to just focus back on the game here. Official, I think, was correct. There's nothing about here. Again, he's getting ready to get a second flag here if he doesn't watch himself.
He doesn't get cheated, does he?
No, he's going to make it official. And, hey, I was just like him, so I can't really say too much here.
Highland looking to throw. He'll air it out up the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Finn McCool returns the football to the 15 to the 20-yard line, so a turnover for Evansville Memorial.
I tell you what, great play by McCool. Watch this here. He just undercuts the throw here. Again, Mark, that was against the wind, so it hung up in the air a little longer here. But great play by McCool.
He was in coverage underneath, and Janiga had him over the top covered pretty well. So, you would have had to really thread it in order to get it in there, and you're not going to thread much in these conditions. So. We're going to turn it over to Michael Lindauer now in the offense for Evansville Memorial. Kenyon Irvin, the running back, and don't adjust your sets, folks. He really is 5'3", 185, and a senior. And you're going to figure out that he's a pretty good football player in a hurry. He finds a little bit of running room on the left side. How about 243 carries for almost 1,600 yards? He's also caught 18 passes out of the backfield for over 220 yards.
Well, talking to Coach Hurley before the game and this week, he loves Kenyon's tough senior. I know he's 5'3". He said, do not let his size affect what you think about him. He's quite the player.
Lindauer has thrown for over 2,600 yards on the season, and he'll go to one of the backs lined up on each side of him. They're listed as slot receivers, but they line up on either side of him. That was Branson Combs, 64 receptions for him for over 1,000 yards on the season.
I tell you what, Branson Combs is their playmaker. He is explosive for Memorial, and again, he's somebody that I think Danville's got to recognize. Where's he at in the formation?
You see Tripp stacked up to the right-hand side, and a great play off the end. Making that stop, the Danville Warriors. Great closure from that defensive end position.
I'll tell you what, I love Dylan Plant. 32 tackles for loss coming into this game. Hard task for Branson Combs to try to block somebody that's so active.
Yep, 47 solo, 57 assists to go along with 22 sacks. Looking for Logan Lively out of the backfield, and a misfire on that one. Spradlin, Logan Lively, Branson Combs, and Turnbull, the receiving core. We mentioned Irvin, who is the running back. Lindauer, your quarterback. You see him there at 6'3", 185, a junior. Jake Barnett, Drew Hart, Alex Delgman, Trevor Falkenstein, and Austin Jones, the offensive front. Take a look at that right guard at 6'2", 320, and a senior. Chucked it upfield, out of bounds. Pass intended for Miguel Turnbull, and that'll bring up a 4th down for Evansville, and they'll punt it away.
Great job of pressure by Dylan Plant. Again, didn't give Lindauer much chance to be able to set his feet, and had to throw it early. And again, great response by Danville, Mark, to a turnover.
We've talked about it before. When you get an opportunity for turnovers, you simply must take advantage of them. The quarterback, Lindauer, will handle the punting duties. There you get a good look at the return man for the Danville Warriors. And he will call for the fair catch, but it will go into the end zone. The intended target there was Mark Broderick, so that's where Danville will have their second possession. 1st and 10 for the 20-yard line.
I think, Mark, again, one of the things that Danville's got to figure out to do, and they did this last time, again, can they survive this first quarter of going against the wind? Those elements, they dictate so much what you call as a coach, because, again, it's hard to throw against it. We saw Highland's last interception was really caused because, one, it was great coverage, and we talked about that, but two, throwing against the wind, the ball just hung up there a little too long.
Yeah, I saw them try to throw it in pregame a couple of times, and, it was a 10, 12-yard route, but the wind caught it at 7. It's like it hit a wall and fell right to the turf. Skinner in the backfield. Highland on the keeper, escapes a tackle, now reverses direction, and Evansville's going to string it out. Devin Merrimee, boy, we've already called his number quite a few times as we mentioned 110 tackles on the season for him.
I just look how active that they are, that Memorial is up front here. What I really like is how Combs, again, he shot inside of the blocker and disrupted anything that Highland wanted to get done.
Brock Combs came in, almost got a piece of the face mask. It could have been either the 5 or 15-yard variety, so a narrow miss there. Gain of about 1 when all is said and done, and you see we're under 4 minutes to play in the quarter now. The ball carrier, Skinner. Not much running room right side. Evan Janigan. I like the way their safeties come up and run support for Evansville.
I tell you what, again, I like in general how they're doing read steps. Means they're taking 2 or 3 steps forward, reading the man on the line of scrimmage. They read run, and like you said, they are fitting incredibly hard. One thing that Memorial is doing here, they're more active with their linebackers this series, trying to stop the run, because last series, Skinner and Schubert both had their way with the Memorial defense.
Yeah, you look at Merrimee and Goodwin and Brock Combs and some of them, you're looking at the stat sheet, thinking, are those numbers right? And yep, they sure enough are. So on 3rd down and 5, completed underneath to about the 34-yard line, breaking tackles, breaking more tackles, getting close to the 40-yard line before a rugby scrum breaks out. And they finally blow the whistle and blow the play dead. And who did they go to? Alec Burton. Second time they've needed a big play from somebody, and he's the one that stepped up and gave it to him.
We talk a lot, Mark, about players in situations and not plays. And so we're in a situation there where Alec Burton, your Division I recruit and probably your best player, that's who you're looking for. Great job by Highland putting the ball up high where Burton uses all of his 6'4" frame or 6'5" to make the catch.
Chandler Schubert, we mentioned him. He'll get some spot duty. He's rushed for almost 1,000 yards. He gets the carry there across the 40 to the 47-yard line.
Tell you what, he and Skinner are interchangeable there. They really look similar build, and really both have done a nice job all season there. Great job by the offensive line. Watch again here, and when you can move the line of scrimmage that whole Mark, I think you and I might be able to walk through that daggone thing. Great job by the front.
I do like Finn McCool, that sophomore free safety. He comes up and will lay a pop on you. Combs among those in on the stop to help as well. Again, Schubert, the carry, running room. 45-40. McCool wraps him up and drops him again. They're getting to know one another the hard way. They get the football to the Evansville 40 where it's 1st and 10.
Again, we've called McCool's name a lot. I like him as well, again, for just a young sophomore, but it's not good that we're calling his name a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. If your free safety's making a lot of tackles, that's a problem. And it looked like maybe a neutral zone infraction will give Danville 5 free ones.
Again, I like that early on in the game. Kids are excited about things, haven't gone on anything but one great, easy, cheap 5 yards. Biggest thing is it makes it 1st and manageable, and all they're trying to do is get out this quarter with not a lot of loss here.
Scooting right along in that first quarter.
It
Speaking
is.
of that, we're already under 90 seconds now to play in the quarter. Down to a minute to play. Try Schubert again. Going to try to find some running room right side. McCool again comes up from his safety position. Great read there. Miguel Turnbull from his corner position did not chase receivers. He stayed home once he saw the run commit, and he was able to string that out, but they still managed to pick up a few yards out of it.
Really like the way, again, McCool is very active. Like the way that, again, Danville's using the snap count here to get a cheap 1st down. big time play by the Warriors.
Yeah, just a lack of concentration for sure, as we talked about it 1,000,001 times. Watch the football. As soon as it's snapped, you go. Don't try to guess that snap count.
No, I tell you what, and nice job again of coming back again, because all that's going to do now is put Memorial on their heels, and that's really what Casey Wood is trying to get accomplished here by changing up the snap count.
Inside the 27, they're threatening here. Danville as the seconds start to wind down in period number 1. Highland calls out the signals, goes to Schubert. Schubert, some running room, finding success up to about the 20-yard line. McCool and Merrimee combined for the stop for the Tigers of Evansville Memorial.
Really like the way that Merrimee plays there, Mark. He really is. Watch him coming off the blocks here, scrapes down the line of scrimmage. I just like the way, again, young kids play with their hands. It's one of the hardest things to teach kids at any level, but great job.
I like Tristan Whitcomb, the center. He's very, very active, pulling quite a bit in the lead blocker up the field. We have played one quarter, and Danville is threatening on Evansville Memorial. You're watching semi-state football action on the IHSAA Sports Network.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Hey, Sean, I can hear you now.
Don't be tortured by technology. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit www.weendeavor.com for all of your telecommunications and technology needs, like eVoice telephone, offering popular calling features including the popular voicemail, call waiting, and caller ID. Second quarter action underway here at Danville in the semi-state. The Danville Warriors hosting Evansville Memorial. I'm Mark James along with Lance Scheib, and the Warriors are starting to threaten here as we open quarter number 2.
I'll tell you what, they've got a third and manageable here. Big third down for Memorial here. Looking forward to seeing how they adjust and try to keep him out of the end zone.
Bring Skinner back as a slot. They start Ben Stevens in motion, and they'll take the direct snap, and it looks as though it's going to be good enough for a first down.
What I like so far is that Casey Woods is finding ways to keep Alec Burton involved here. He's got the 6'5" Division I recruit here, and in key times of the game early on, Alec Burton has been right in the middle of all of it.
The third time in this first half that they've needed a big play from somebody, and he's been the guy that stepped up and given it to him. Ball is on the 12 to Skinner. Not much doing there. Devin Merrimee among those there to close the road, along with Max Goodwin, also a linebacker. Goodwin, we mentioned earlier, 61 solo tackles, 59 assists, and 3 tackles for loss. Linebacker core, as you alluded to, very, very active.
I'll tell you what, I really like the way this Memorial defense plays here. I like the back end and linebackers. They get to the ball. Great numbers here, but give Danville all the credit. They're just chipping away. They've been patient. They've been balanced, something that Casey wanted to be able to have coming into this game.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field. On Memorial wanting to make some adjustments defensively, and we'll keep it right here. Endeavor Communications offering great products like TV television. Bring the world of television entertainment into your home. Programming includes popular movies and sports, Big Ten, SEC networks, and the NFL network, lifestyle and family shows, as well as local news and weather. Endeavor offers a large selection of HD channels, and as a free added bonus, TV subscribers receive Watch TV Everywhere. Let you watch select TV programs on your PC tablet or smartphone with an internet or wireless connection. You know, Monday is always a special day. Guys like us have an opportunity to take part in it. All of the coaches that win this semi-state weekend, they all meet in the confines of Lucas Oil Stadium, get a tour of it. If they've not been there, they set practice times, get ticket responsibilities, decide who the home and away teams are, locker rooms, and all of that stuff. But more than anything, we get to visit with some of our coaching colleagues and some of our friends from this great game of football and see the pride that they feel with having a chance to compete for a state championship.
Well, you talk about this, Mark, because you've been through it as a coach. I've been through it as a player. It's a blur that week, and so you want it to slow down. You want it to just, to be able to enjoy every moment of it, and that Monday is awful special.
Highland with a football, little play action. Throws to Alec Burton, and he tried to make the one-handed grab and couldn't bring it in. Great play action to Skinner, set that all up.
I tell you what, I love the play call there. Highland just overthrew him just a little bit, which is hard to do at 6'5", but I do like the play call again, just from the standpoint that really their ability to run the ball so well made that play action work even more effective.
And we mentioned they've run the ball with equal effectiveness between Skinner and Schubert. I mean, Skinner 1,000 yards rushing and Schubert 818 yards rushing on the season.
Well, I tell you what, as much as Casey Woods loves to throw the ball, he understands that conditions like this, you better be able to run it.
Yeah, and they've been able to do so effectively. Here comes pressure. Highland steps around it. He's looking for some help underneath and wisely throws it away. You might think that Lucan was the intended target, but he saw he was pretty well covered by Evan Janigo over the top, so I think he just threw it off the shoe tops.
Well, again, what I like is that he did not take a sack. Great job by Highland getting the ball out of his hands. Don't force it. Try to get points here. But more than anything else, again, he kept his cool, let his feet work, and to give himself a chance to kick a field goal. Yes, we said kick a field goal, but they're doing so in a direction that makes sense. And Highland is going to walk it off, and he is the guy to attempt the 30-yarder. It's a high snap. They get it down, and it is blocked. Everything was thrown off by the high snap. I mean, the holder did a great job of getting the ball down, mind you, but that just absolutely throws your timing off. Well, especially if you're Toby Highland, who you're playing quarterback. You're not just kicking every day in practice, and that's all you do. You need this to kind of go well here. Snap is high. Holder does an incredible job of getting the ball down, okay? But then that rushes everything. Timing's off. Low kick, block. Great job by Memorial. They escape. That could be worse. I mean, you want the points certainly because I think they're going to be at a premium in this game tonight. But bottom line is this. You're starting the ball defensively at the 15. So it's all is not terribly lost. No, and again, if you're Danville, you've now moved the ball on consecutive possessions and done a great job here. Really important for Memorial here now to establish themselves, create a balance, and kind of calm down and get into a rhythm. Kenyon Irvin +6 on that carry. Picks his way through a yard or two before half of the Danville defense bottles him up. As far as who gets credit for that tackle, it picks somebody. We'll give it to Jackson Wynn. I mean, we saw him on the screen first come out of that scrum. So 14 tackles for loss, so it's not out of the question that he had a primary role in it. 3rd and 3 here. This is important, I think, for Memorial. They need a first down. They need to keep their defense off the field, let them regroup a little bit here. To your point earlier, you couldn't really tell who made the tackle. That tells me Danville's getting a lot of hats to the ball. Lindauer takes a long look to the sidelines now. They've assessed the defense. Now they'll flip-flop Irvin from right to left, and they're going to run Michael Lindauer that way, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to. Got to be chased out of bounds at around the 24-yard line, so a good call. And they're able to do as we suggest, move the chains, and Branson Coates coaching him a little bit. Did you see that hand gesture saying, hey, don't worry about the corner. Get that thing upfield, plant and get upfield. You got a seam there. Exactly. I think they're a little short, Mark, so I think they're going to have to punt the ball here. I thought he had it, but looks like they're just about a yard short here. Again, in that case, lower your head, lower your shoulder, and get upfield. Don't run out of bounds. You cannot afford to punt here. Yeah, that's what Combs was talking about, I think. At some point you got to plant that outside foot and get upfield. So they took a lot of time, too much time, in fact, to get that play off, and so they were forced to take a timeout there.
So while they talk things over, we'll take a break. You're watching semi-state football action on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Meatball on white. Next. You want mustard on that or not? Come on, I haven't got all day here. It doesn't come with peppers. They're extra. Hurry up, pay the lady. Next. Chicken's fresh, I killed it myself. So that's what you want? Next. While we're still young, you know, you told me you wanted mustard. Get out of here. Time's up. Back of the line.
Hey, excuse me.
What?
Great sandwich. Thanks.
Compliments. Pass them on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
So, 4th and 1 now. Lindauer drops back to kick it away. We'll see if the wind is his friend here. Now they're going to make some adjustments and some movement up front, and they're clapping as though they may have drawn Danville offside. How big would that be?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be an incredible move, a great. All they did was shift. It's a legal play. Danville sideline's not very happy. Getting ready to get their second flag here if they're not careful. But again, I love the situation. I love the play call by John Hurley.
So a badly needed first down, but nothing doing. I say that, but he's able to stumble forward and might have at least gotten back to the line of scrimmage instead of taking a 2-yard loss, Kenyon Irvin. But right now, Jackson Wynn, Nick Buchanan, and Dylan Plant are kind of having their way at the line of scrimmage.
They definitely are playing on the others on Memorial's side of the line of scrimmage against something that Memorial has to figure out.
Wynn at 5'11", 215, a senior, 63 tackles on the season, including 14 tackles for loss. Buchanan with 10 tackles on the season, but he's pretty much a run stopper. But Dylan Plant is the guy at defensive end. 34 tackles for loss, 22 sacks.
I tell you what, Dylan is a man. He is the all-time leader in tackles for loss for the Sagamore Conference and sacks as well, and he is a fun player to watch.
From the 35-yard line on 3rd and 9, and again, not much doing. They're right now they're catching the defenders, and right now they're just outnumbered up front.
Well, I tell you what, Danville's doing a great job of playing with their hands and pushing the Memorial linemen backwards here. Nowhere for Irvin to really to go with the football.
3rd down and about 4 for Memorial. Little play action, rolls out the flat, looking for some help. Pressure coming, and he's wrapped up and dropped at the 20-yard line.
Guess who?
Dylan Plant.
You got it. I'll tell you what, again, I'm not quite sure I've seen a more active defensive lineman. Again, I love the way he just keeps playing and playing, and again, never gave up on the play and now forces the punt.
Well, what I like is no sack dance or no demonstrative.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done it before. He's
doing his
do
job.
It again.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Just go play.
I love it.
Just
You're
go
right.
play.
Amen.
So, Lindauer punts it away. Pretty decent punt all in all, given the conditions. It's going to bound down at around the 48-yard line. And while Evansville has had their struggles moving the football, Danville has been able to move the football almost at will, but yet they have nothing to show for it.
And if you're Casey Woods here, you got unbelievable field position. You're starting in Memorial territory. You need to be able to capitalize here on the short field, being able to now score.
Yep, need to start taking advantage of it for sure.
Looks like we've got a lighting issue here, Mark. We've got something. We just lost some power here. Yeah,
I don't know that it necessarily affects the visibility all that much. I think they're going to continue to play it with a bank of lights directly above us out. I can tell you this, folks, if your screen is like ours, it's not as bright on the field as this screen appears to be for sure, but it's still something that I think I think the officials are determining, along with the coaches, that they won't play. So let's play. A little bit of a tint to these windows too. So Alex Skinner gets the first carry of this possession. And then let's give credit where credit's due. Keanu McGuire, Brock Combs, Ryan Olson, Alex Licklider, those guys, they're front four. They're pretty active as well, and we talked about Combs and Goodwin and Merrimee and what they're able to do from their linebacker position. We see Skinner come out. It appears to be a rotation, basically, between he and Chandler Schubert. Last time Schubert spelled him, he had some success on the ground. We'll see if that happens again here with 6:25 left in period number 2. Schubert, just a sophomore, he'll get this carry and find some running room across the 45 to the 40-yard line. And again, when he has the football, if you see safeties like Janica and McCool stepping up to make the tackle, then you know things are going well for Danville.
I'll tell you what, offensive line-wise, they are really pushing Memorial around right now, and Schubert is really coming downhill, running one plant runs here and really getting north and south quick.
Tristan Whitcomb's one I like, that center. I mean, that kid is so active. He gets to the next level. They pull him. I mean, he's always laying a helmet on somebody. That carry by Chandler Schubert, good enough for a first down. And right now, he is the guy that's having the most success carrying the football for the Danville Warriors.
Well, I tell you what Schubert's done, he has really been marching up and down the field. Skinner has a little bit more yards coming into the game. But as you talked about, led by Whitcomb, the center, the offensive line for Danville is really doing a number on the Memorial front.
Establishing the ground game creates opportunities for Alex Burton as a receiver. We'll see if they go to him after they try Chandler Schubert again. And Schubert is able to grind about 2 or 3 out of it. And on a night like tonight, given where they are on the field, nothing wrong with 2.5, maybe 3 on a carry.
Well, where they are, if I'm Casey Woods, I'm thinking 4 downs all the way, so 2.5 yards, like you said, is perfect.
Highland waves off that play call, looking over to the sidelines and asking them to go through the numbers again. They do so. Schubert is to his right. You see Lucan in the slot. Little play action. Highland finds some running room left side. He gets to the 30, the 25, and slides down to the 20-yard line. Little puzzled because you go back and look at that. Branson Combs was way upfield, and, he just sat there and he waited for it. And he was past the line of scrimmage. You see it. He was really passive, I think. Rarely do you say that about him, but he waited to catch him there for sure.
I agree. And like I say, anytime you are on the defensive as a defender, bad things are going to happen.
Schubert, left side, not much running room this time. Max Goodwin steps up from his linebacker position. He's there to make the stop. Branson Combs a little more active this time. He was there for the tag team effort.
Well, you talked about this, Mark. Last play, I thought that the Memorial defense was catching. They were much more attacking and aggressive. Great job by the Memorial staff to get their front moving and bringing pressure with their linebackers.
See, under 4 minutes now, Danville threatening again, but this is not the first time that they've done that, and they've come away with empty possession so far. Schubert dispatched to the left side of his quarterback, Toby Highland. Here come the pressure. Highland forced away from the pressure, still under pressure, and is finally going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 20. You can't really even call it a coverage sack because the pressure really never gave him an opportunity to look upfield and find anyone.
I'll tell you what, when Memorial has moved their front and they start slanting right or left from where they are lined up, they really are causing Danville a lot of problems. And again, if I'm Memorial, I'm going to keep doing that until Danville shows me that the offensive line can actually block it.
Clock continues to roll. It's 3rd down and 10 for the Danville Warriors. From the 20-yard line, Highland with Schubert to his left. Waiting on the snap with just a couple of seconds left on the clock. Runs to the short side, pressure coming, throws it to the end zone, and it's knocked out of bounds. Pass was intended for Stevens, and he just flat ran out of room.
I tell you what, nice job by Highland of avoiding the rush. Gives Stevens a chance to catch this thing just off the one hand, and again, just missing by inches there. If I'm Casey Woods, I'm probably going to go for it here just because of the fact, Memorial is going against the wind. You really have nothing to lose.
Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Danville threatening again, but Evansville Memorial is trying to deny yet again. So Casey Woods and company going to talk things over now and try to find something in the playbook that they could at least maybe get a first down and keep this drive alive. We'll step away as well. You're watching semi-state football action on the IHSAA Sport Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Mark Janes, Lance Scheib on a beautiful night for football here at Danville.
Just what you draw up back in August.
That's right.
But you know what? There are so many people in programs that would love to be playing today in this weather, playing for a chance to go next weekend. Lucas Oil, they'll take it. I don't think these teams cared if it was snowing, raining, sleeting, and it's doing all that, so it wouldn't matter, but they're just happy to be playing.
I'm impressed with the fact that we've got 5,000 media members and a press box that's built for 10 tonight.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so we can't really complain about the conditions, folks, because we've got it pretty
We're
nice
cozy.
up here for
We're
sure.
cozy. We're good.
No question. So 4th and 10. Let's see what they drew up. A high snap. Highland hauls it in, throws it to the end zone, and it was almost batted away, but almost fell into the hands of Ben Stevens. Gosh, so many things. But there's so many things that you do during the season that you execute well, and nothing's a given on a night like tonight. It's a great equalizer, huh?
Well, I love it. The snap was a little off. The quarterback gets pressure, gives him a chance. The defensive back overruns the play. Stevens almost has a one-hand catch. The result, 0-0. Love it.
Evansville Memorial. My goodness. Bend but don't break, huh? I mean, this is a definition of it, what we're seeing. They run the option to Irvin and nothing doing. That's what you call smelling it out, sniffing it out, whatever the case may be.
Really a poor job of blocking on the perimeter by Memorial. You have to, again, you cannot take a play off. In that case there, if you're going to run the football, your receivers have to be willing to do everything if they can to block the edge players. In that case, that did not happen.
And the crowd cheers for Austin Coward, who stepped up to make that stop.
And did he ever?
A loss of 6 now. Danville's defense has made the going very, very tough for Evansville Memorial. Case in point there. Urban is my God, he's a 1,600-yard rusher.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Well, let's try to find him first, then try to find him knowing he's got great feet, played against great people here. Danville's done a nice job, and really, Memorial is one-dimensional right now because against this wind, as we're watching the sheets of rain come across the field here, you can't throw it right now. It's really a liability to throw the football. So they're loading up the front, meaning there's more defenders than there are offensive guys to block. Great job by Casey Woods and his staff.
3rd and 11. They take the timeout here. Danville does, knowing that they're most likely going to get an opportunity to get the ball back here. Endeavor eTech IT Services can help you with all of your computer and technology needs. Available to Endeavor members and the general public, eTechs offer everything from simple home printer setup, PC diagnostics, or malware removal to large-scale network development, network security, data backup storage, and disaster recovery for businesses and municipalities. All from the good folks at Endeavor.
Huge play call here.
A minute 59 left in the first half. 3rd and 11 for Memorial. Lindauer on the carry. And again, nothing doing. Danville defensively has been a little more than stingy with the defense. Jackson Wynn on the stop. Buchanan, Burton all there, and Danville will take another timeout, Coach, and they're going to have some time left on the clock. Going to get the football back with about, I would say conservatively, a minute 40.
And they're probably going to have the ball with the way I see the wind. I think the gusts are now closer to 40 than 20. They're probably going to have, look at that. You look at that thing out there, I'm telling you right now, it's a thing of beauty. But I tell you what, high school kids across the state of Indiana would be dying to play in this weather. It's like you are when you're a little kid having that chance to come out and play in the rain for a chance to play at Lucas Oil Stadium.
So grab some friends and go play in your neighborhood car wash. That'll give you an idea what this night is like.
Great point.
Yeah, so.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And trying to punt in that same car wash, that's just going to happen right now with Lindauer.
So 1:50 left in this one in the first half anyway, and Lindauer is ready to kick it away. He's smart enough to keep it low, and it gets on the turf, and it's going to get a really, really fortuitous bounce to the 41-yard line. You know, that's a little thing, but that's a smart kid right there, knowing there's no reason to try to get this thing up in the wind.
You know, the Lindauer's led the state in 3A in punting this year and last year, but I love the cerebral part of his punt, as you just talked about. That was about as good as you could ever hope for to start, put the ball into their territory, they being Danville. Great job by Lindauer.
Did you just use cerebral?
I can say it. I'm not sure I can spell it, but I can say it.
I went to Monrovia. Say he's smart.
Okay, my bad. Okay, I got you. I'm right there with you.
1:40 left in the half. Danville with yet another opportunity. Decent field position from the 40. Chandler Schubert remains in the game. I like the way he runs the football. He's not going to juke. He's not going to use head and shoulders fake. He's not going to spin, but he is going to try to run you over.
I tell you what, he has been effective. Skinner's been good, but Schubert has given a little bit extra gear right now. So great call by keeping him in the game.
Looks for some running room right side, and you think you have him bottled up, and he does twist a little bit. And look who one of the first guys is to him, Tristan Whitcomb, that center we talked about.
I tell you what, Whitcomb does an incredible job getting to that next level, meaning he's going to block a linebacker here. He has been leading the play, Mark, almost on every running play.
Important to note, they wanted to conserve some time and have a chance at a score, so they're out of timeouts talking about Danville.
And Casey Woods is trying to get him to go fast here, but you don't want to go so fast that you don't get the right call and everybody being on the same page.
50 seconds left in the first half, and you said a lot of clock between snaps here. They snap it with 45 left. Highland with the draw. Running room left side to the 45.
You almost have to kill it here, Mark, because the clock is running so much. They lost almost 30 seconds there. And again, Highland is getting up limping here. They've got to spike it here. Watch this here, though. Again, great job of playing off of defenders here. But watch the hit that Highland takes only because he slides awkwardly.
Yeah, he hit that knee pretty hard for sure, and he was slow to get up. And they clock it to stop the clock with 19 seconds remaining. If you remember earlier in this half, he took a pretty good shot to the top of the head, too, and it took him a while to shake the cobwebs loose from that, and now bangs up the knee.
Well, I tell you, tough kid. Talking to Casey Woods, he was a starter last year for him on their team. Had never played quarterback, was a receiver. Comes in, played a little DB. But the one thing he loved about Toby, said, tough player.
3rd down, 6. Snap was kind of high, but he's able to haul it in. Pass complete over the middle to guess who? Burton to the 25-yard line, breaks one tackle, then another, but they whistle him down now. Burton's not in agreement with that. They're going to try to clock it now as we get down to 9 seconds. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and they're going to wait till they blow it in play, and then they're going to clock it. So we'll see about 6 seconds remaining on the clock here. We'll see if the officials might add another second or two.
Tell you what, though, watch the play that Burton makes here again. Great job by Highland of giving him a chance. Okay, but Burton he's been uncoverable at this point here. I love the fact he uses a 6'5" frame, but he high points the ball here. Never was down. I'm not quite sure why they called him down.
Yeah, I think his forward progress has stopped.
Good point.
But to what he doesn't understand is if they would have allowed the play to continue, I think time would have expired. He would have gotten to the end zone.
That's the point I was going to make. Great point there. Give himself a chance. Nope.
So the clock shows 3 seconds, and yet another missed scoring opportunity for Danville. And even with all the woes that they have had offensively, credit Evansville Memorial's defense, they've been just good enough.
To me, that even though 0-0, I give the advantage to Memorial. They survived that second quarter when it could have been really, really bad for them. And to come away 0-0 going into halftime, you've got to be really happy about that if you're Memorial and John Hurley.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him head to the locker room here after just taking a knee, and that's exactly what they will do. So How about Evansville Memorial weathering the storm literally and figuratively as sheets of rain continue to fly along with a high wind across this field? Really nothing has been decided. It is nothing. Evansville Memorial and Danville. Your thoughts and impressions of this first half?
I tell you what, two evenly matched teams. Both teams are able to basically try to run the football. They both have figured out that they're playing against very, very good defenses here. But more than anything else, I've just been impressed. We haven't had, other than the interception, just one turnover, and all of this weather, which again is just dreadful to be playing in. So credit to both teams on that.
Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. Medical alert systems to help your loved ones live independently. IT services providing everything from home PC diagnostics and repair to large-scale networking solutions for businesses and municipalities. You are watching semi-state football action on this, the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 1 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott.
There you go. And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2 hands?
Is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam.
Hands all alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Meatball on white. Next. You want mustard on that or not? Come on, I haven't got all day here. It doesn't come with peppers. They're extra. Hurry up, pay the lady. Next. The chicken's fresh, I killed it myself. So that's what you want? Next. While we're still young, you know, you told me you wanted mustard. Get out of here. Time's up. Back of the line.
Hey, excuse me.
What?
Great sandwich. Thanks.
Compliments. Pass them on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott.
There you go. And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2 hands?
Is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam.
Hands all alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach Stick to break
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with eTV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 1 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Mark Janes, Lance Scheib, looking at the most hardiest of souls. Now, these are fans. I mean, I'm sorry. Dedicated, loyal. It is short for fanatic, after all. I mean, look at what these people are enduring to support these outstanding student athletes. And hats off to each and every one of them, especially those folks that made that long haul up from the pocket city of Evansville. A really nice crowd on hand for this game tonight, given the conditions.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't sure how this was going to go here, but I really Danville's out. I think most of their community is here. And then for Evansville to make that 3-hour truck up here is just impressive, because I tell you what, as you can see in that picture right now, this is not a great night for football, but you know what? It's a great night to still be playing football because of what's at stake.
I think it's 0-0, and I think Evansville Memorial should feel somewhat fortunate that it is indeed 0-0. This Danville defense has flat out been stingy tonight.
Well, I tell you what, Danville has done everything but put the ball into the end zone. If I'm John Hurley, I'm thrilled. If I'm KC Woods, I'm trying just to get my kids to understand we've got to finish drives better this second half, because they have really controlled the field position. They've done a great job with the wind, and John Hurley and Memorial have to feel very fortunate to be 0-0 at halftime.
Yeah, I think they're the ones really, on both sides of the football that are looking at the most adjustments. As you mentioned, for Danville, it's a matter of finishing. Don't know that they need to change much defensively. If you're Evansville Memorial, you got to quit letting them into the end zone, but more importantly, you need to start stringing at least a couple of first downs together on your first drive of the second half.
Yeah, we have not seen a lot out of the Memorial offense. A lot of that has to do with Danville's defense, who is playing outstanding right now. Love the way the Dilla Plant plays. Again, I've seen him play twice now. Love his athleticism on how he gets to the football here. And really, he alone and with the rest of the defense have done a nice job of really stymieing any kind of success that Memorial's having here. But what I really like, again, is it's 0-0. It's halftime. This next 24 minutes is going to determine who gets a chance next weekend to be playing in Lucas Oil.
Most popular place on the place might be the restrooms right now. I don't, whether people need them or not. I mean, I think they're just doing it to seek shelter. You see a pretty hefty line at the concession stand there, and again, as we said, umbrellas dot the landscape along with ponchos and parkas, and it's not just the moisture; it's the wind and the falling temperatures now that are combining to make almost unbearable elements.
Well, I tell you what, I'll be anxious to see as you see the great picture there. You see rain, wind. It is, the temperatures. Ball's going to get slick. Talked about earlier. I'm really impressed with the fact we've only had one turnover. That's been impressive to me with just the interception by McCool. But it's been a very well played game from that standpoint. A few penalties, but a really clean half for all of this weather that we're facing right now.
There is another semi-state game. We'll tell you about that, recap the action from last night, and preview the action next weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium when we come back. It's the semi-state in 3A. It's 0-0 at halftime. With Lance Shy by Mark James, you're watching the semi-state on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 1 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Rose for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott.
There you go. And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2 hands?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La
Man's all alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Meatball on white. Next. You want mustard on that or not? Come on, I haven't got all day here. It doesn't come with peppers. They're extra. Hurry up, pay the lady. Next! The chicken's fresh, I killed it myself. So that's what you want? Next! While we're still young, you told me you wanted mustard. Get out of here. Time's up. Back of the line.
Hey, excuse me.
What?
Great sandwich. Thanks.
Compliments. Pass them on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Rose for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott.
There you go. And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2
Sowers
hands?
is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La
Hands
Salle.
all alone. Scott got it. Great hook by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with eTV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hey, don't be tortured by technology. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit www.weendeavor.com for all of your telecommunication and technology needs. E-Shield Security. Shield Security provides security protection for your home or business. Powered by quality Honeywell products, Endeavor E-Shield helps protect what you cherish most, providing burglary and intrusion detection, fire, smoke, and carbon monoxide protection, flood detection, video monitoring, home and energy management. Mark James, Lance Shy, both teams back out going through warm-up paces, taking a look at action that has already occurred this weekend. Columbus East over Cathedral, 42-13. Most of this last night. Woodland over Eastbrook, 15-14. Brebeuf, 17-0 over Mishawaka Marion. East Central, 27-14 over Greenwood. Ben Davis, 57-20 over Avon. Penn beat Carmel, 34-7. Pioneer 42-14 over Monroe Central. It was Eastern Green beating Lutheran 12-8. Kokomo downs Michigan City 21-14. Lowell beat Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger 21-7. At last report, it was 24-7. Southridge over Cecina. And here, it's 0-0 as we get ready for third quarter action.
Well, I tell you what, I'm anxious just to see what the adjustments are by both sides. But we talked a little bit about this before the break. The more, I think Memorial has more to try to adjust than what Danville does. They just need to finish drives, but Memorial has got to figure out a way to generate some offense, because really in that first half they were non-existent and they were very pedestrian-like in that first half.
Giving you an idea of what things will look like next week. We'll take a look at that. On Friday, the 24th, after you've recovered from your Thanksgiving feast at noon, it's the 1A title game, Eastern Green versus Pioneer. What a great story the T-Birds are, a program that's only been in existence about 14 or so years, making a trip to a state championship. The winner of this one will play at 3:30 against Mick Ressler and Brebeuf. Their record 10-4. They were there a couple of years ago, 2013 in fact. They lost to Andrean. That final was 35-27. Then they'll cap it off with a 5A title game at 7. Kokomo against Columbus East. Then on Saturday at noon, the 2A title game. Sounds like Southridge will take on Woodland. Then at 3:30 in the 4A title game, it'll be Lowell and East Central. East Central making a return trip. Interesting matchup for the 6A title at 7 p.m. Can that stingy Penn defense slow down that high-powered Ben Davis offense?
I tell you what, speed kills, and after watching Ben Davis last night, Mark, both of us probably would agree that they are going to be hard-pressed to slow him down. Ben Davis and Reese Taylor is just magnificent defensively. Ben Davis is unbelievably sound. They get after, very physical. But it should be a very entertaining weekend, our favorite weekend of the year. There's nothing better than a high school player than ending the season playing in Lucas Oil on Thanksgiving weekend.
We had that 6A semi-state game last night between Avon and Ben Davis. You know, Mark Bless we were talking to him down on the field prior to the game, and he said, great week of practice. You couldn't tell. The kids were nervous, not under any pressure. You couldn't tell what week of the season it was, in fact. And he said the look in their eyes is one of confidence. And 4 minutes into the first quarter, they're down 15-0.
And I tell you what, they were shell-shocked. And to their credit, Samson James came back and played really well, made it very respectable. But again, this is an interesting dynamic one that Penn will be very excited to face.
Memorial with a second, third, and fourth effort, maybe a little boost to the energy level as the return gets them all the way up to the 29-yard line. And who was it by? Finn McCool. How many times have we said his name tonight?
Well, I tell you what, Finn does a great job of catching this thing on the first hop, getting to his sideline where the wall is, and now putting his foot into the ground, going north-south here, and really giving Memorial their best starting position of the night.
I like him, just a sophomore. Very,
goodness.
very active on defense, and clearly doing the job there on the return. And so it's a matter of them trying to gain a little momentum against a very stingy defense. Good run by Lindauer. He's into the open field, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the touchdown. How about that? You talk about striking quickly.
Well, I tell you what, give John Hurley all the credit here. Put the ball in his best player's hand in Lindauer. Again, great block by the running back Irvin. And again, once he cleared that first level there was nothing doing to be able to catch him. Great start for Memorial.
Somebody upstairs saw something and shared that in the locker room at halftime and said, hey, we need to run this. Period.
Tell you what I like again is I love to see the adjustments coming out of half. The first 4 minutes of the second half is always so crucial. Great start by Memorial.
Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, after the extra point by Matt Clark, it is 7-0 in favor of Evansville Memorial. 11:40 mark of period number 3.
Again, what I like here, watch this. As soon as he clears the line of scrimmage, I got Lindauer puts it into overdrive. Kind of caught Danville with no free safety. Stevens had walked over. Once he cleared the linebackers, there was nobody there left. Stevens was over too far to be able to come back over to the other side to make the play.
Now, if you do helmet stickers, Kenyon Irvin gets a helmet sticker in films because of that block right there. That's a good thing he did. He get a football on the helmet or maybe something like that.
Yeah, we talked last night about being a complete player. You know, what I love about what he did there was, again, he didn't get the ball, but he did something to help his team and his offense there. And without that block, Danville's there for the play. But with that block, we've got a touchdown and a different ball game.
And what a pancake block. I mean, he didn't get the defender to his back, but it was like a screen in basketball. Basically, set a pick, right?
Get in the way?
Yeah.
Hey, I was famous for doing get in the way blocks.
That's right.
That was definitely me.
Yep, now they're like. Matt Clark will kick it away. Stevens, Heidkamp. Guys back to return it, but it goes to one of the upbacks instead. He breaks one tackle and then another, and then they converge upon him and drop him after a return of about 7. That was Heidkamp, indeed, on that return. And so Danville now, as we mentioned, not a lot of adjustments to make for them offensively. They had some measure of success in that first half. We're just not able to finish off drives.
And really, to their credit, Danville was able to go against the wind in that first half in the first quarter and did a great job of making making yards. So, again, if they can keep doing what they did in that first half here, I think that they're going to end up having a little more success in the end zone.
The guy with the hot hand gets the start of the third quarter. We're talking about Schubert. Schubert had been sharing carries with Alex Skinder about every other series, but Schubert's the guy that they've had the most success with. Case in point, he picks up 4 on that carry.
Great job up front. Watch the offensive line. You've talked about it all game. Again, getting to that second level, and when you can block, put linemen on linebackers, you normally are going to win offensively.
At guard, Nick Buchanan at 6'4", 260, and Tristan Whitcomb, that 5'8", 220-pound center, who I like a lot because of how active he is. I mean, snap the football and then get upfield and find somebody to get a helmet on. He does a great job of that.
That is athleticism at its finest.
Schubert, some room, right side. And again, we like him because he's a north-south runner.
I just like it. I love one cut. Watch this here. One plant runners. Gets outside, boom, puts foot into the ground, outruns the linebacker chasing there. Great job north-south again. Here comes Danville. They're moving the ball again.
Receivers help seal the edge, too, or at least screen off the corners, looking for some running room left side. And the interior of that defense, namely Ryan Olson at 6', 275, a senior, says, yeah, you're not coming this way.
Tell you what, Danville's done a nice job. They've been able to run their running game away from Keani McGuire. That time they didn't, and Keani was able to make the tackle.
A rare loss offensively for Danville, loss of a couple there. So it's 2nd down and 12 for the 47-yard line. Highland barks out the signals, little play action, wants the slant, and completes it to Stevens. Close to a first down across the 45-yard line into Evansville territory.
What I like there is Highland got the ball out quick, no chance for a rush by Memorial. Great job, great hand catch in this weather by Stevens.
And he threw it out in front of him, too.
He could run a little bit.
The only place where he could catch it.
I love it, yep. Been very impressed with Highland. He's really done a nice job running and throwing and taking some great hits.
3rd down and about the length of the football now for Highland. Going to go to Schubert. Schubert doesn't need much, and he gets just that across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Again, Danville's moving the football again. They have done it all game long. They now just need to finish on this drive, again, because their defense is going to get plenty of rest. They're doing what they did in the first half, and that's run the football. Schubert has been really good, but boy, that offensive line has really done a nice job.
Devin Merrimee continues to lead an active linebacking core for Evansville Memorial, the Tigers. He was in on that stop. Schubert again. Nothing doing this time. Not finding much success to the right side. Brock Combs, one of the reasons why, at 6'1", 190 and a sophomore. How about these numbers? 103 tackles, 5 sacks, 62 solo tackles. Stereotypical defensive end at 6'1", 190.
Again, I just like the way he gets off the ball, and I keep talking about hands. It's so hard to lead with your hands, and the players that do it at this level are successful.
8.5-minute mark. The clock continues to roll. Schubert's going to change direction. Now cut it back right and find some running room before Channinga's able to tackle him. He gets across the 40-yard line, gets it down to about the 36.
Huge play by Schubert. He misses. Two guys have him, makes both miss. So now instead of being 3rd and 12 or 13, it's now 3rd and 7, much more manageable.
Merrimee, the linebacker, had him at the line of scrimmage and whiffed on it. So here they are at 3rd down and 7 now, trying to keep this drive alive. Highland with trips to the left, play action, throws it in the seam, pass complete to Ben Stevens. Stevens breaks a tackle to the 20, slips through another one to the 10, the 5, touchdown Danville! Great individual effort off the throw and catch.
Tell you what, Stevens is just makes plays. I love his run after the catch. Love the idea in general of what's going to happen here. I'll be curious to see the decision by Casey Woods here of does he kick it or does he actually go for 2.
Looks like he's dispatched the kicker in.
Yep.
We see Zary Gerber, but just because he's out there doesn't mean that's what they're going to go with. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like Gerber is set to line up to attempt the point after out of the hold of Luke Wooden. He gets the ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. We're tied at 7. 7:46 mark of period number 3.
Ball's out quick. Stevens makes a great catch, makes 2 or 3 guys miss. I love how he is always looking downfield. again, he had to make at least 5 guys have a chance to tackle him here. Great job of finishing just what Danville needed to answer Memorial's start as well.
Darius Johnson and Evan Janiga were 2 of the guys in the secondary that had point-blank opportunity to tackle him. Might have still gotten a first down, but they made him miss. Do I see flashed across the screen some spits of snow there a little bit? That precipitation starting to turn?
As the temperature's falling, we are going to see both of that. We've seen the wind, the snow, the rain. We've seen it all, and these kids and both teams have done a great job of handling the elements up to this point incredibly well.
So Brebeuf awaits Mick Ressler. What a job he's done this year. I mean, I don't know that Brebeuf was necessarily on the radar of many going into the postseason, but he's done a tremendous job since he took over there. Longtime offensive coordinator for Rick Strife at Cathedral, and of course, we've talked about him before. His dad, Ed, coached for years at Cathedral softball, and he and Butch Syke taught a lot of kids how to hit softballs for sure. Mick, an outstanding high school and collegiate athlete and a likable guy for sure. Great to see him have success at Brebeuf.
I'll tell you what, Mick is one of my favorite coaches. Does it the right way, unbelievably intense, great for kids and great for our game.
He's with his dad in the Beech Grove Hall of Fame, by the way. It hits one of the up back, and they almost recover it, but it looked like Evansville Memorial was very, very fortunate to have gotten that back thanks to the quick reflexes of Jacob Hirsch at 6'2" defensive lineman, the junior, showing good hands there.
I tell you what, that was impressive, Mark. I mean, that ball again. He's not wearing an 80 number or a 15 or a teen number, and to be able to react and get back on the ball, that would have been a game changer.
And those are tough, man. Those are bullets and line shots that are kicked right at you. So we're even again. 7:43 mark of the third quarter, as you see it there, tied at 7. And Kenyon Irvin, Lindauer and company, set to go to work again for Evansville Memorial. They score on just the second play, the first possession of the half, and Danville answers. Throwing it deep, and pass is complete. How about that to Brandon Combs? He fumbles the football into the end zone, and it looks like Danville's going to recover it.
What a game changer there. Great job again by the Danville not giving up on the play.
The official initially indicated touchdown, but it's clearly a touchback.
Yes, I would agree. Yes, and I think, again, he was blocked by it here, didn't realize who had the ball, but great job of hustle by the Danville defense. A great throw by Lindauer. My gosh, in this weather, great catch again by Spradlin here, but
yeah, look at it. I mean, they're both going for the football, and they finally bust the thing loose.
Love Stevens there. Just got done scoring a touchdown. Saves a touchdown, causes the turnover. Again, a complete player.
And
love him.
We've talked about how stingy that defense was in the first half, and very aggressive in terms of going after the football and denying a potentially touchdown, a play that would have resulted in a touchdown for Evansville Memorial. So pretty heavy combo defense there. So Highland and company go back to work with Old Mo suddenly shifted to their side. Running room, Schubert to the 24.
Tell you what, I like the way Schubert runs. We talked about this earlier. Love backs that run with a lean. And, boy, he gets to that line of scrimmage. It starts up front. Offensive line for Danville is doing an incredible job. But, again, I like the way that Schubert is playing, and I like the way that he runs with that lean. Watch this here again. Plenty to go following his blocks of his pulling lineman.
Again, he was in the neighborhood of 1,000 yards coming into play. And he's not finding much success on the right side. A little more stingy that way. Brock Combs, Branson Combs, and Keanu McGuire. Alex Licklider also there. We talked about Ryan Olson. You've seen there, big number 73 at 6'2", 275, but he's awfully active in that defensive tackle position. So 3rd down and 5 now for Danville, an important down for them as it is for Memorial. They get a stop here. They get decent field position maybe, although Danville wants to keep that momentum alive. They gained off the touchdown and then the turnover. Highland has to pull it back down, throw it out in the flat. It sails on him a little bit, but he's able to complete it. Alec Burton gets the football across the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Just short. Again, I like the idea, looking for your playmaker. Stevens has done a nice job here, but get the ball to your nice athletic tight end, and Alex Burton just came up just a little short. Ball hung up again, trying to throw against the wind was Highland. So, again, nice effort, nice try.
Yeah, interesting to think about what it might have been tonight, and the conditions been a little different, but nonetheless, still a very entertaining football game.
Yes, sir.
Highland, the rugby-style kick, kicks it up the right side and gets it out of bounds near the midfield stripe. So decent starting position for Evansville Memorial.
Third straight time that Memorial is going to have the ball at about midfield. Scored on the first one. Second one would have had the ball down on the 5-yard line before Stevens makes an incredible play. And here they are again. This is the conditions, the wind. And again, if Danville can come out of this third quarter 7-7, I think that's a win for them.
Sectional 32, Memorial a part of that. Gibson Southern, Vincennes Lincoln, Heritage Hills, Washington, Princeton, Pike Central, and Mount Vernon of Posey County all in that sectional. Gain of about a couple. Carried by the diminutive one, Kenyon Urban. Danville, the force plays in sectional 30, featuring Sullivan, Greencastle, Tri-West, the West Vigo Vikings, Brown County, Monrovia, and South Vermilion. Monrovia, one of those, moving up to 3A this year because of the success factor. Evansville Memorial in that tough Southern Indiana Conference with all of those Evansville schools, along with Castle. How about that second effort by Kenyon Urban? Gets it across the 45-yard line to the 41, maybe 42 actually is where they'll spot it. This brings up a very manageable 3rd down.
Great job by number 8, Branson Combs, on pulling and kicking out the blitzing outside linebacker there, giving Urban a chance to move the ball forward.
Lindauer on the keeper, has to get across the 40, and he's going to be very close. It depends on the spot. There's a penalty marker down, and it may be a hold. That is. So an illegal block going to be charged against Memorial, so that'll make it a 3rd down in about, 10 or so.
At least, again, you're looking at a situation here. Do you decline it and make it 4th down, or do you push him back? I'm probably going to take the penalty or take the yards.
Danville plays in that ultra-tough Sagamore Conference with Lebanon, Webo, Southmont, their nearby rival, Tri-West, North Montgomery, Frankfort, and Crawfordsville.
Both of these teams, I think, come into playing a good schedule, a good competition. And again, both are prepared for playing a game like this because they've done it during the season. Again, the weather is playing a little bit a factor here, but both teams have done a nice job of basically taking care of the football.
Back essentially to the original line of scrimmage after that penalty. 3rd and 11. They'll throw a little screen out in the flat, and very well defended by the Danville defense. Spradlin on the reception, but Jack Heitkamp. Heitkamp with 67 tackles and 3 interceptions on the season out of his outside linebacker position. Sectional wins for Danville over South Vermilion, Tri-West, and Greencastle. Big win over Chittard, 38-7 a week ago. Heritage Hills, Washington, Gibson Southern, the victims for Evansville Memorial. They beat Lawrenceburg a week ago in the regional. Interesting call here. Could it be a quick kick? I think that's exactly what you'll see. A little pooch punt. It'll hit the turf, and it could be a good one. It's going to roll down inside the 5 and saved back inbounds, but doesn't quite get across the out-of-bounds line. It'll be a touchback and down on the 20, but a good effort nonetheless. Danville will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with under 4 minutes to play in the quarter.
Great job by the Danville defense. Again, the 3rd time in a row that they've had to come on the field about midfield. 2 of the three times they've got the ball back. Great effort here on special teams. I tell you what, it wasn't by just an unfortunate bounce that Danville's not starting on our inside their 5-yard line. But nice job again by the Danville defense.
Freshman Colton Pence, back up at quarterback. getting some playing time, and he had the hustle play down there. Lone loss for Evansville Memorial, by the way, to Evansville Central, 35-7. They've won 12 sectionals, 7 regionals, a couple of semi-states. Lost to the state championship game in 08 and 09. 8 sectionals for the Danville Warriors, 3 regionals, 86, 99, and 2000. Their lone semi-state came in 1999. They went on to lose to Fort Wayne Bishop Lewis 38-6. Bob Copeland, here for a long time, won a lot of games here.
One of my dear friends, Bob, did it the right way, was Eastern Hancock, a Cathedral grad, came here to Danville and just did some amazing work. Really happy to see and talk with Bob's son, who I saw earlier this year coaching for Plainfield, and so just a class act.
2nd down and 10, little quick screen out the flat to Ben Stevens. Ben gets a block and is able to squeeze about 6 yards out of it. Brock Combs flies out from his defensive end position to make the stop as we're under 3 minutes to play in period 3.
You and I have talked about balance in running backs. Ben Stevens has great balance. You watch him, he is constantly in a great football position, knees bent where he can cut right or left. Incredibly impressed with him. He's very patient, doesn't try to force it here. Really like the way that Ben plays.
Important down for Danville. They want to keep this drive alive. 3rd down and 4. Highland with a long look over to the sidelines. Asking for play confirmation. He gets it. Play action to Schubert. The ball is picked off into the end zone. Touchdown, Keani McGuire. You don't get opportunities like that as a D tackle very often.
That's when the weather played a role. Toby was trying to throw the ball. Highland was. The ball slips up out of his hands. Keani is Johnny on the spot. Watch us here. Just catches it in mid-flight here. Nothing that Danville could do about that here. Incredible turn of events here for Memorial.
Things got awfully quiet in front of us.
Yes, they did.
That's that in itself is deflating. I mean, absolutely deflating.
You've done everything the right way. Your defense is playing fantastic. You've scored a touchdown here, and now to give up something cheap like that, like you said, now we're going to see the character, the true character of Danville here. Watch this here. Ball just slips out of his hands. Keani is right there, picks it up in mid-stride here. Touchdown, Memorial.
And with 2:17 left in period number 3, all of a sudden it's 14-7 in favor of Evansville Memorial.
And I tell you what, again, still, if I'm Danville and I get out of the 3rd quarter only down 7, it's still a win. Because you're going to have the wind in the 4th quarter. There is more than enough time. This is going to dictate. The special teams really have played a big role in this game because of field position. If Danville, if it was 14-7 to start the 4th quarter, I give advantage to Danville.
Well, I don't think there's any question that for the most part they've been able to move the football, and I think that's another indication there. Let's face it, that Danville defense has just not given up anything tonight.
Well, they played really well. They've really owned the line of scrimmage, which is the reason why it's been such tough sledding for Memorial, but give them credit. They found ways to score points.
On the return, right side Danville. They take it from left to right. Still on his feet. Good second effort and a nice return by Austin Coward. Gets the football. Pretty decent return. They'll spot it at about the 35.
Danville's got to find a way now. Great return here. I like the idea of getting the ball. Again, I'm not necessarily crazy about going away from your bench, but again, feet keep going. The conditions are getting worse because of the temperature drop as much as anything else. Danville's got to find a way to hold on the ball leading into the 4th quarter.
So, Highland and company. Schubert, single back. They're going to give it to him. He'll find some running room right side. He's to the 40, the 45, and knocked down at about the 47-yard line. Give him a gain of 12.
Tell you what, I really like the way he runs. Again, it all starts up front. Watch how, again, he attacks the short side of the field and just outruns the defenders from Memorial.
I like the way the receivers block downfield as well. I mean, especially Lucan out there on the edge. I mean, he's been really active tonight sealing off the corner. Now they try the left side. He doesn't see anything developing to the outside, so he plants on that outside foot. He gets up the seam to the right side, gets across the 50 into Evansville territory to the 45.
Watch this, push the foot in the ground, great spin, great job of running with a lean here again. But why does that happen? You've talked about earlier. Offensive line for Danville has done a nice job.
Is that what you would call an instinctive run there? I mean, just a guy that has a sense for knowing what to do and when?
How he understands, sees that some guys have that knack, and I tell you what, Schubert's got it.
He's across the 45 to the 40-yard line. It's going to be good enough for a Danville first down, and we have seen this familiar refrain, if you will, from about 30 to 30. Doesn't look like Evansville Memorial's able to do much with them, and then for whatever the reason, more often than not, maybe a fumble or a bad snap or maybe a 5-yard penalty or something, but the drive just stalls. Schubert not stalling at this point across the 40 down to the 36.
Again, I like the way that Memorial's kind of adjusting here. They are moving, their front linebackers are being more aggressive. What they're giving them now, look for Casey Woods, especially if they flip the field here, that almost like that pop pass to Burton, because linebackers are really coming hard now, and so are those safeties to stop the run.
Stevens in the slot to the bottom of the screen is another one who's come up big for them from time to time offensively here tonight. Clock down to 21 seconds. They almost jumped along the front, but they did not. Schubert had some trouble gathering it in, and once he did, he gets across the 35 to the 33 before he's whacked down. 55 in on the stop, Alex Licklider. That is going to take us to the final quarter. Well, maybe. Overtime's not out of the question with the way this thing has gone. You're watching the semi-state in high school football on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 1 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Rose for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott.
There you go. And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane with 2 hands?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it.
Great hook by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
All right, Coach Scheib, here we are. Fourth quarter, 14-7, Evansville Memorial. It's 3rd down and 2, 4-down territory, we think, for Casey Woods and company here. Another opportunity for them close to the red zone. Haven't made the most of them for sure. Can't ask much more of them than they've gotten from their defense tonight. Schubert running room, and it gets swallowed up in a hurry, and he's short. How about Max Goodwin from that middle linebacker position? He just flat sniffed that out.
I tell you what, I know it'd be a gutsy call here. I'm going pop pass. I've said it before. Linebackers are coming downhill. Front is getting active here. They are selling out to stop the run. 4th and 1 here with the wind. I'm going to do everything I can here, and I do like something, a quick hitter here.
Personnel adjustment. Alex Skinner goes into the ball game, and there you see Ben Stevens coming in motion, and you see, I think, Alec Burton, they go the direct snap to him, and I don't think he got it.
He's short. Even at 6'5", he is short. Defense is going to have to take over for Danville. Great job, great stand by Memorial.
First down, Memorial. How about that? That's 55, Licklider. That's 73, Ryan Olson. That's number 8, Branson Combs. The linebackers and the D tackles, they flat sniffed that one out.
Well, I tell you what, they got pressure off the edge. Stevens didn't get the edge block, and that really didn't give Burton a chance to get going there. Huge momentum advantage here for Memorial, but now they have to go into this win. You know, this is going to be a real big key this half.
Irvin No running room. That defense just swallowed him up. That's Nick Buchanan, Dylan Plant, Jackson Wynn, and others all right there to shut the door. Tanner Knott, 6 sacks on the season for the outstanding middle linebacker. 71 tackles, 16 tackles for loss.
Well, I'll tell you what, Danville's defense has done everything they wanted to other than one play. They have controlled the line of scrimmage. They're playing in the backfield. They have got to the football. Memorial has really been stymied as much by the weather as they have by the Danville defense.
So they bring the wings in, and they used this formation early and had some measure of success with it. And this is the first time we've seen it since, as they put the ball in the hands of Brandon Combs. To be honest with you, with the momentum that was created off of denying them on 4th down, the play call looks to have been a bit conservative so far in this series, but again, conditions may be dictating that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would do something to make sure Lindauer has a run-pass option. Even if he's not going to throw it, I'm going to put the ball in his hands. I'm going to get him to move and move the pocket and let him have a chance to make a play.
Just a 7-point lead for Memorial now. With 10 minutes left, they're going to set up the screen. Danville does a pretty good job of sniffing it out, but he's able to break a tackle or two. Does Branson Combs, and it looks like it's good enough for a first down across the 40 to the 42. How on earth did he break free? They had this all but covered.
I tell you what, great play, great job by Combs here. Again, huge backbreaker there because you're going to get the ball back in good field position. Again, if you're Danville here, great job by Lindauer of making a play.
Now's the time, if you're John Hurley, you tell Lindauer, I think it might be a good idea to call for that snap when that play clock gets down to about 23, 24 seconds. I mean, I know there's a ton of time left, but boy, don't you want to try to squeeze every second off of this clock that you can?
As much as you can now, because again, you're really are battling not just Danville's defense, but the wind and the weather here. So again, do whatever you've got to do to be able to keep hold of the ball.
The keeper, Lindauer, looks for some running room right side. Oh, my goodness, what a block by Irvin up the sidelines to the 40, the 30, the 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. How about that? And when you look at this replay, we talked about Kenyon Irvin and how he didn't get a pancake block on the last touchdown run. He got one this time.
Oh, my goodness here. Kenyon Irvin is the reason why Lindauer went the length of the football field here for the score here. That block, unbelievable. Again, he is 5'3". He does weigh 185. But the blow that he delivers here was unbelievable and is the reason why Lindauer was able to get into the end zone here and increase the lead to 21-7.
I'd want to see that scale that has him at 185, quite frankly. I don't know that it's accurate or not. Watch this block. 21 right there, top of your screen. Bam! Yeah, yeah. All 5'3" inches of him.
He gets the
reservations for 6 right there.
And Coach Hurley said that Lindauer's their fastest player, and he showed it on that play there. Really twice here tonight when he's got into the open area, they have not caught him.
And again, Kenyon Irvin is the primary it's primarily the reason why the offense has been successful on their 2 scoring plays.
Oh, I tell you what, I just we can't say enough about that. If you're going to score, all 11 guys have to be doing their job. And it doesn't matter whether you're the running back or the off the tackle or the wide receiver. But when all works as one, great things happen.
But now don't get too comfortable if you're Evansville Memorial, because you're talking about a football team across the way from you and the Danville Warriors that knows how to put points on the board for sure.
It's not like Danville hasn't moved the ball.
Right.
We talked about that before. 30-30, Danville has been incredible here. They just have not been able to put the ball and finish drives here. So which tells me they have the wind. Casey Woods is not going to panic. They're not going to panic just because, again, it's not like they have very little offense. They have explosive players, but look for a little more up-tempo urgency out of your Danville Warriors.
Yeah, that kick trickles out of bounds. And so a good starting position in terms of field position now for Danville.
I'll tell you what, next week's bucket game, Boilers win today 24-9. Whoever wins that game goes to a bowl game. I love it. Cannot tell you how excited I am about that.
Highland in some trouble, steps through it, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped. The pressure's starting to mount a little bit defensively by Evansville Memorial. Alex Licklider with the stop there.
Again, Memorial sensing more of a passing situation for Danville, and they're going to just pin their ears back.
Again, this is a Danville football team that averaged 43 points on the season, so they are capable of striking quickly. But again, Mother Nature making things difficult for these football teams here tonight. 8.5 minutes to play. Pass out in the flat. It's a floater, but it gets there in time for Alec Burton to haul it in across the 40 to the 42. That's a guy that Danville might want to find a little bit more on this drive.
Well, I see where they've got Branson Combs on him, and I think you're probably going to see him shadowing Alec wherever he goes here, just because of the fact, he and Stevens are the two that really have been playmakers all year for them. I would not abandon the run. You've got plenty of time left. It's not like you're under 4 minutes. Again, stay balanced.
3rd down and 3, but I think for all intents and purposes, they're in 4-down territory at this point in the game. And who do they get it to? They get it to Burton, who's chased out of bounds at the 50. Good enough for a 1st down.
Again, I think, don't rely just on Toby Highlands throwing the ball as good as Burton has been, as good as Stevens has been. I still think that Schubert has been incredible all game. Keep giving him the ball.
Burton is one of those guys that, you notice him in warm-ups just by the way he carries himself. I mean, his confidence, his athleticism, just everything about him.
I tell you what, he is as good as advertised. Ohio Bobcats are getting themselves quite a ball player.
Again, under 8 minutes to play, 21-7 Memorial. A couple of touchdown runs by their quarterback, along with a defensive touchdown, and they're going for the deep ball here in a battle for it, and pretty good defense. Miguel Turnbull is there to deny Ben Stevens an opportunity for a reception.
What I like about that is Highland giving his best receiver and Stevens a chance to catch the ball here. Stevens goes up, battles. Great job by the secondary Turnbull and the Memorial.
He's got 3 interceptions on the season to go along with his 47 tackles, so he knows how to play that blanket defense. 2nd down and 10. Highland looking up the seam and over through Stevens. Kind of curious, the decision to be going for the deep ball here on back-to-back plays at the 7:43 mark.
Again, you've been great on the quick passing. You've been great on handing the ball off here. There's 7 minutes to go in the game, or over 7 minutes. You've got time to run the football, run your offense. Don't panic. Just sit there and take what the defense gives you. And right now, they're going to give you the short stuff.
Stevens came to the sidelines and asked for something. I mean, he sees something that he would like to have in terms of, a play call, and we'll see if they honor that. They're looking his way. They decide to go back to the middle of the field instead. The pass is a little too low. The intended target was Zach Lucan.
Again, the middle of the field's open. I come back and probably do that again. Again, I know this sounds crazy here. I'd almost punt the ball here. You got a chance to pin Memorial down. You got a better chance of getting the ball back because you're going to give the ball here at midfield.
It's 4th down and 10 for the Danville Warriors. Opportunities starting to wane a little bit for them. Fourth and 10 from the midfield stripe. Highland throws it out the flat, and the pass is complete to guess who? Stevens.
Wow, what a play. I mean, there was nowhere to get the ball in there. Great job by Highland. Great concentration by Stevens. There are bodies all around him here. You've got just an incredible 4th down conversion by the Danville Warriors.
Gain of 11, which is about what they needed. Schubert this time finds some running room, breaks one tackle, then another to the 28-yard line. So back-to-back plays now.
I just think you run the football. I think there's enough time left. Schubert's been great all game. They are really playing pass. Memorial is here. He darn near breaks this thing for a touchdown.
That's just great individual effort. Great individual effort. So the official going to reset the play clock at the 7:12 mark of the ball game. 21-7 Memorial. Danville threatening, but we've seen them do this how many times tonight? Get the ball down inside the 30 and come away with nothing.
They need to finish. Again, now's not the time for them to come up short.
Highland with a snap, looking over the middle, lofts it, almost picked off. Alec Burton was the intended target, and it was almost picked off. It went into the hands of Finn McCool, then he dropped it.
I like to play by the throw there by Highland there. Just let him just a hair there. The middle of the field has been open, and that's where they've been attacking.
Clock stopped, just under 7 now. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
Going to have offsides here, I think.
Yep.
And why is that a big deal, Mark? Because now it's not 2nd and 9.
That's right.
Now you're looking at 2nd and 4, which, again, I still think hand the ball off. I know it sounds like a broken record, but, again, you're getting chunks of yards running the ball.
That for sure opens up the playbook a little bit, no question about it.
Exactly.
So Highland, looks like Chandler Schubert to his right. Schubert has some running room to the 20, is finally lassoed and hog-tied and wrapped up by Evan Janigan, the 6'1", 190-pound junior.
The way that Memorial's playing pass defense here, again, I keep running the football. You've got time. It's not like there's 2 or 3 minutes left. Don't panic. You talk about opening the whole playbook. It certainly is open now.
Ball is on the 17-yard line. Again, no concern about time here. If you finish this drive, you draw to within 7. Again, your defense has played very, very well tonight.
Really, other than 2 plays, the defense has been outstanding for Danville.
Highland looking to throw here. Does underneath. Passes complete. Breaking a tackle, headed towards the end zone is Broderick. He fumbled the football, and it looks like Evansville has recovered it. And it is. It's a touchback to Memorial. That is a huge turn of events. Looks like Max Goodwin recovered that fumble.
Wow.
You can't fault a kid for trying to smell out the end zone. You can't fault him.
No, and you go back there, again, Broderick here on the catch and just trying to get upfield, trying to make 2 or 3 guys miss. Johnny on the spot was a Memorial defense. Watch this here. Great job of first making the catch. Then, at this point, again, the ball just gets knocked out and recovered. Think about it being your guy, McCool, that got the ball.
Miguel Turnbull was the guy who knocked it loose. So 1st and 10 for Memorial with a 14-point advantage now. 6:18 to play. Now, they're going to play conservative here, but probably shouldn't play it too conservative. And they give the football off to Kenyon Irvin, and Irvin gets about 4 very, very, very difficult yards.
Well, if you're Danville now, first guy there, butts up the running back. The next guy in starts trying to rip that ball out. They're trying to find a way to create turnovers here. Now, what you talked about earlier, Mark, look for Memorial to now take the entire 25 seconds here to run a play.
Tigers to Irvin. Again, a bit conservative on the play call. The interior of that Danville defense been stingy all night long, and no offense to those that are talented in other areas, but no sports, no music, I don't think was ever intended for number 24, Tanner Knotts. He just looks like it was always intended for him to be a middle linebacker.
Is he not built like one? Look at him. He's got a little swag to him. I love the way, physically he comes downhill, plays with a lot of aggression.
3rd down and 7, a big down for the Danville Warriors with 5 minutes to go. Again, that clock down inside 5 seconds when they snap it. Irvin being patient, trying to pick his spots, and he kind of slows up the run a little bit. And I'm not sure I'd want him running out of bounds there.
Well, that was the whole key.
Go down inbounds.
You know you're not going to make the first down. Get down. Again, kind of surprise there, only because Irvin being a senior, he should understand the best ally that they have is the clock. Keep it running.
Danville is going to send everybody but Casey Woods after this one, I think. And Roderick is standing deep to receive it. Offside is going to be charged against the Warriors. And that's close. If that's a first down, that might be the proverbial nail.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's not a first down, Mark, it's going to be 4th and inches, and I do mean inches. Interesting call here. It is a first down.
Wow. 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 An unforced error, Danville, at a time when they could ill afford one.
And really all that the Danville defender was doing was trying to draw the Memorial bench or the defense or offense offsides there, and didn't happen. Now we got another flag on sportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct charged against the Danville Warriors, so tack on 15 more. So instead of a punting situation now, you're going to march the football all the way out near the midfield stripe with 4:50 to play and Danville trailing by 14.
Keep your composure, boys. It's not over. There's 4:50 to go right now. Danville's is unraveling a little bit here. Again, hey, you've come too far. You've worked too hard. Great season here. The game is not over. Okay, Memorial understands that. Coach Hurley knows that. Keep playing until the final second.
Turnover's not out of the question given the conditions. There's some running room for Irvin. Well into Danville territory now across the 40, and they'll spot it at about the 38-yard line.
Great job of handing the ball off to the fullback there. A quick hitter, something that Danville was, I think, keying on Irvin there. And we got a little bit of Kewanee.
McGuire,
McGuire did a great job. Watch this here. Just a real quick hitter. Hits it tight and fast. And really, Danville was keying on the second level there.
He's that outstanding defensive tackle we talked about with 11 sacks and 19 tackles for loss.
Exactly.
He's getting some minutes at fullback now in front of Kenyon Irvin. Do my eyes deceive me, or am I actually watching I-formation football here in 2017? Is that what I'm watching here, I-formation football in 2017?
I thought they might have been playing with 12 because I didn't think they had a fullback on the team there. When they funny that you say that. The play before I looked, I'm like, that's an I, and we really don't see that a lot in football nowadays.
I mean, you see some wing T, play with the middle, they run the belly and whatnot. You see the offensive Kokomo runs, but boy, rarely if ever do you see straight I-formation football anymore at any level, for that matter.
Exactly, and so, but again, give John Hurley credit. Coming up with a little wrinkle, hadn't seen it all game. Danville, again, has really done an awesome job defensively the entire game other than probably 2 plays. And so I give Coach Hurley credit for trying to find something else, just trying to get that clock running.
Can I, full disclosure here?
Yeah.
I really like I-formation football.
You know what? Things come around. And I just feel like we're going to see that again. Defenses aren't used to seeing it. Everything is spread. I think the I formation makes your whole team tougher. I think it's really saying that my fullback is going to beat your linebacker, and I'm going to do that more times than not. It makes everything on your offensive team tougher.
So out of the I, a little toss sweep. They'll try Irvin to the right side, little stop and go, but credit the Danville defense for stringing it out. More importantly, they are able to keep the ball in bounds and keep that clock rolling and force Danville to start spending their timeouts here.
I'll tell you what, at this point, yards are really not important to Memorial. What is important is the clock running. Memorial is going to force Danville now to use all of their timeouts to be able to give themselves a chance. I think they've got 1 left. And so now you're in a situation on this third down. Again, it's not over. Danville, keep playing. Okay, you're going to force a punt here. You're going to go get that punt here. You've got the wind to your back with time. Again, it's not dire straight yet, but we are getting to that point.
So, you see John Hurley and company make that long haul up here from Evansville. 71-53 in his 10th season, 12-1. As we mentioned, they won 12 sectionals, 7 regionals. A couple of semi-states in 2008. They lost 24-10 to West Lafayette. In 2009, they lost 28-14 to Belmont. 3rd and 15 now for Lindauer and company.
I'm taking Lindauer, and I'm going to run him to Danville's bench.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. They give it to Irvin, and Danville bottles him up for no gain. Actually, the loss of about a yard. And so the clock has stopped, and we'll see if Danville took their final timeout, and indeed they did with 3:48 left. So we'll step away quickly while the Danville Warriors talk things over before they get the football back on the ISC Sports Network.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
And just like that, it is a one-run lead for Texas.
Pushes it ahead with the jam. And down. We're going to see a slamma-jamma.
Put it in the air. Marley's there. Touchdown. Is it caught? Touchdown. Came down with the ball in the end zone. With the three. Up the middle. Touchdown.
Looking for the alley-oop.
8:48 left. It's 4th down and 20, but they have now forced Danville to spend all of their timeouts. 21-7, Tigers. Little quick pooch punt again into these adverse conditions. He's been really smart with the way he's kicked the football, and look at the roll he's going to get down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, and that's where Danville will go to work.
You got the ball, and that's what you need if you're Danville. You're still down just 2 scores. You really got about. You want to score with over a minute to go. You really again, you've got 2.5 minutes here to get the ball into the end zone. You got the wind to your back. You've got everything going for you other than no timeouts. So now you're probably looking to add a all aerial attack.
That is Chandler Schubert standing in the end zone with Toby Highland. Highland looks to throw, throws it out in the flat, and it's picked off to the end zone. That'll put the capper on it. Branson Combs. It floated on him just a little bit, and Combs, easy picking. That is interception number 6 on the season for Branson Combs.
Love how he reads the eyes of Highland, steps right in front of the receiver. Again, great job by Branson Combs there, finishing and putting the nail into the coffin for the Danville Warriors.
Zach Lucan was the intended target there.
Wow. Again, and Danville really has controlled the tempo of the game offensively, and they really got nothing to show for it.
Offside going to be charged.
Wow.
Waiting for the point after here. The kick is good. It is 28-7. And let's face it, as lopsided as this sounds, you go back to the first half, and it's not as though Danville didn't have their opportunities to score.
I mean, if you look at that's the thing that's going to probably haunt these Warriors is they play great on defense all game. Offensively, they had opportunity after opportunity. And then if you look, it was 21-7. They fumbled into the end zone. That would have made it 21-14.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, we're a different game here. It's 28-7. People are looking at this and go, oh, my gosh, Memorial just dominated the game. It has been far from that. 0-0 at half. Give Danville all the credit, but Memorial has made the plays when they've counted. They've made more explosive plays, and that's why they're up 28-7.
So Southridge ends the season for Cecina. And so they'll take on Woodland for the 2A title game. Well, what a wonderful weekend that is, because we get a lot of football, and I get turtles from Lance Shive's mom.
Well, her and my family will be making their 1,500 turtles on Friday, and we look forward to having those on Saturday.
Got to make sure that I have my priorities in order when it comes to the importance of the state championship.
I'm right there with you.
So,
I got you.
Pretty hefty coverage and a turnover, and open the floodgates. Evansville Memorial gets the football back.
Well, again, you're looking at probably not victory formation yet, but with no timeouts left, all that Memorial wants to do is run the football here, let the clock run. There's nothing that Danville can do to stop it, and this game, at all intents and purposes, is over.
Here's what Danville was able to do this season. Beat Cascade 47-13, Mooresville 59-17, Lebanon 37-6, Crawfordsville 58-14, Tri-West 27-14, Southmont 48-7, beat Frankfort 67-0. Beat Webo 14-6, North Montgomery beat them 34-0. They scored 55 points, 32 points, 44 points, and 38 points in this postseason. Granted, conditions had a little bit to do with it, but we gave a lot of credit to Danville's defense for their efforts, but let's credit Evansville Memorial, especially in this second half. They got stingy when they needed to.
They have found a way to really, buckle up inside the red zone or inside their own 30, and that is the difference in this game. They gave up a lot of yards, 30-30, but when it came to points, the bottom line, when you can't put the ball, when you don't put the ball into the end zone, you normally get beat.
Danville had 200 yards receiving and averaged 189 yards rushing on the season. They scored 80 touchdowns. Again, outscored their opponents an average of 43-10. Memorial not bad, 200 yards receiving, and they rushed for 160 yards on a regular basis. Scored 70 touchdowns on the season. Outscored their opponents an average of 37-18.
Well, again, that magic number at any level is 28 points. When you're at 28 points, you normally are in the game and don't get beat. That's right where Memorial is. Unfortunately, that's not where Danville was able to finish today.
So Brebeuf is who they will take on. Somebody came down off the roof and left the hatch open, and so it's getting a little wet here in the old press box below us, if you will, and it's not doing our equipment any favors for sure. So
that's one of those things. Again, if you're Memorial, you are thrilled to make the trip back up to Indy for a second time. Third time in school history, all under the direction of John Hurley, who needs to be unbelievably credited with a difficult week. This past week on Sunday, had surgery for bulging disc in his neck, was able to fight through that, be at practice, have his kids ready to go. All the credit to John Hurley and his staff, but a lot of credit has to go to Casey Woods. What he's done here in a very short time with the Danville Warriors is just short of a miracle. He has given a different dimension, a different confidence to the Warriors, and it shows here in their last two seasons.
Yep, at his alma mater where he's done that, and that's made it all the more special for him for sure. Talking about Evansville Central, as we mentioned, Brebeuf will be their opponent at 3:30 on Friday. That's the 3A title game. That'll be after at noon. Eastern Green takes on Pioneer for the 1A title, and then we'll cap it off on Friday with Kokomo and Columbus East. We do know Southridge has beaten Cecina, so they'll take on Woodland at noon on Saturday. The 4A title game will feature Lowell against East Central, and then the 6A title game is Penn and the Ben Davis Giants. So that's what your docket will look like at Lucas Oil Stadium. Great entertainment, folks, and it's a great way to cap off the high school football season and your holiday weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing more special than playing on Thanksgiving, really. And we talked a little bit about this last night. Of all the items that you are going to experience this next week, the one memory, the fondest memory, other than winning a state championship in 1984, was practicing on Thanksgiving Day. That is the goal of every high school player in the state of Indiana, to still be going that you're playing in Lucas Oil, you're playing for a state championship, but there's something special about Thanksgiving and football, and having the ability to still practice on that day was something to this day I have never forgotten.
Yeah, I think, you and I talked about it. We were fortunate enough, one of our most famous alum at Monrovia, when I was on the staff there in 2009, they weren't playing that weekend, and Rick Strife came out on Thanksgiving Day to talk to our kids and kind of prepare us and our kids with what the experience was like, having his ticket punched rather regularly to Lucas Oil Stadium for a state championship weekend. So, that's just a clear indication of what a tight fraternity it is. Even though, you go on, you do other things and other programs, you never forget home. And I know you had your success at Noblesville, you had your success at Lebanon and Franklin Central, that had success at Purdue. But big part of your heart's always going to be with the Warren Central Warriors, no doubt about it.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just thrilled to have played for one of the greatest coaches in the state history, and Jerry Stauffer. Play with great teammates, and again, these 12 teams that will, in their communities, that will experience next weekend, there's nothing like it. It's life-changing. You'll forever remember the experiences, and thank you to the Colts for allowing that to actually happen. Disappointed for Casey Woods, who's a dear friend of mine, and his Warriors won't be making the trip, but congratulations to John Hurley, a class act. His memorial team has made this trip up here from Evansville, and they have found a way to put points on the board, and they'll be playing next weekend against Mick Ressler and the Braves.
Time for a couple of more plays. They give the football to Alex Skinner, but the Evansville Memorial defense hasn't stopped playing either. Ryan Olson been very active out of his defensive tackle position. He makes the stop there. And that's going to do it. Evansville Memorial drives up to Danville and knocks off the undefeated Danville Warriors. Your final score, 28-7, and they will advance to take on the Buff Braves. So what a performance in the second half. A lot of adjustments made in the locker room at halftime. This game, nothing as we got to intermission.
Well, I'll tell you what, it started with Lindauer's touchdown. Really, it started with Irvin's block, and then Lindauer set the tone for the whole second half for Memorial. Give them credit. They found a way to make plays. Great game. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Partner, we got to do two this weekend. Had a good time with you for sure, and you and I will be together on the IHSAA Champions Network next weekend. We'll see you Monday at the meeting. I enjoyed this weekend. Great time for sure.
Awesome weekend of football. Congratulations to all those teams playing, and congratulations to those 12 teams that are having a chance to play next weekend in Lucas Oil.
This production staff, one of the best in the business. Thanks for your yeoman works under these difficult conditions. Again, your final score, 28-7. Evansville Memorial Tigers move on to Lucas Oil Stadium, ending the season for the Danville Warriors. For Lance Shive, this is Mark Shane. So long from Danville High School.